Earn $10,000 a month passive income with XRP. Is it possible? A glimpse into XRP's future. Imagine a not too distant future where your XRP holdings are not just sitting idle in a wallet, but they're working for you, generating income every single day for you. The cryptocurrency XRP offers new features like staking, decentralized finance or DeFi integration, and expanded liquidity. This means XRP holders could potentially earn passive income through various strategies such as staking rewards, liquidity pools, lending, and yield farming. So our goal here today is to explain in simple beginner-friendly terms how someone might earn $10,000 a month in passive income with XRP in this future setting. Understand this is not financial advice. This is a potential scenario that could happen. Why don't you go ahead and hit those three down at the bottom? Thank you. It's not financial advice. So let's balance the excitement of earning passive income with the important risks and warnings like price volatility, and regulation uncertainty up to this point. By the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding of key concepts and practical examples of how XRP could generate passive income in the future for you. Let's go ahead and get started. What is passive income in crypto? Passive income generally refers to money you earn with minimal daily effort. Essentially, your assets are earning for you while you're asleep. Warren Buffett once said, if you don't figure out how to make money while you're sleeping, you will work for the rest of your life. True statement. In the crypto world, passive income often comes from the holding and utilizing your coins in certain ways rather than actively trading them. Some common crypto passive income methods include staking, yield farming, liquidity pools, lending. Don't worry, if these terms sound unfamiliar or scary to you, we'll cover them. We're going to explain them coming up clearly, each one. Let's start with staking. So staking, locking up your cryptocurrency, often in a network or a node. You're basically helping to run the blockchain or the network with your stake that you put in, your cryptocurrency, and in return, you earn rewards, usually paid in the form of the same crypto that you're holding. It's kind of like earning interest for committing your coins for a period of time. In fact, staking is a long way term of crypto investing. You agree not to sell your tokens for a period of time, and then you get rewarded with more tokens as a reward for supporting the network. That's basically how that works. Lending. This means you lend out your crypto to others, often via a platform or a smart contract, okay, and you earn interest on it. Think of it as a savings account or a bond. You provide XRP to someone who needs it to borrow it, say a trader or an institution, and they pay you interest for it. For example, even today, there are services where you'll deposit your XRP. The platform basically lends it to an institutional client who needs liquidity. In exchange, you receive monthly interest payments. Pretty cool. In the future, such lending could be done in a decentralized way as well. Liquidity pools. Liquidity pools are a DeFi mechanism where you deposit your crypto into a pool paired with another asset to facilitate trading on decentralized exchanges. So by providing liquidity, you basically earn a share of the trading fees whenever people swap those assets. It's passive income because you just deposit it, and the automated market maker or AMM does the work, does the rest of the work. It tracks it all on the XRP ledger or the XRPL, right? So recently an AMM feature was introduced on the ledger to actually allow for this. So those who deposit assets into an AMM are called liquidity providers. They earn fees from trades. In other words, the fees provide a source of passive income for liquidity providers. Okay, so we'll discuss an important risk called impermanent loss, which you may or may not have heard of. That comes along with this. We'll talk about that later. Yield farming, also known as liquidity farming. No, not like that farming. Usually means strategically moving your crypto into various DeFi projects, basically to earn the highest yields. Often it involves providing liquidity and then staking the liquidity provider or the LP tokens to get extra rewards. So simple definition of this, yield farming is basically a DeFi strategy where cryptocurrency holders earn passive income by providing liquidity to DeFi protocols. Users lock up their assets in liquidity pools and receive LP tokens in return. So these LP tokens can be used to earn additional rewards like fees and governance tokens, for example. Yield farming, that was great. Yield farming can also amplify returns, but it also carries additional risks, which we'll explain those too coming up. All these methods let you earn more crypto over time without actively trading every day. So let's talk about XRP's evolving role and how in our imagined future here, XRP enables these passive income opportunities. Remember, none of this is financial advice. We're running through an exercise. And please tap the 3 down at the bottom. Thank you, especially that bell notification so you can be alerted every time we put out a new video because we love you. We love you watching us. XRP's future staking, DeFi integration, and expanded utility as of today, the digital asset used in Ripple's payment network and the XRP ledger does not natively support traditional staking. Okay, coming up in the future perhaps, but in this way, some other coins do. However, things are changing fast. So in our future scenario here with XRP, we assume XRP has expanded its features through technology upgrades and with ecosystem growth. So things like staking, when they become available on the XRP ledger. Various projects are bringing staking-like opportunities to XRP holders. For instance, Flare Network, a system connected to XRP, is introducing ways for XRP holders to stake and earn yield. So, much like staking Ethereum, I swear I'd never say it on the channel, or other proof-of-stake coins. Philion emphasized that staking can be a reliable way for XRP holders to generate passive income. That was a quote from him. So if we imagine this mainstream option or scenario, okay, so DeFi on the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger itself has been integrating DeFi features. A major development, the introduction of automated market makers, which we mentioned before, or AMMs on the XRPL. This enables liquidity pools natively. So it scours and it turns what was volatility into a net positive, a net plus, a net gain, which has not been done before. It's kind of unheard of. Hear David Schwartz talk about this in a few different videos. An automated market maker or an AMM can be an efficient way to facilitate exchanges while earning its liquidity provider's passive income. This means XRP can be one side of a liquidity pool on its own ledger. Additionally, developers have been working on making XRP programmable with smart contracts via features like hooks, which you've heard of before probably, or side chains. This would open up the door to more DeFi apps, from lending platforms to decentralized exchanges that use XRP. So Ripple even has a roadmap for expanding XRP's utility in institutional DeFi. They already have that in mind. By early 2025, a platform called Doppler Finance, in collaboration with Ripple, was announced to enable XRP staking and lending. So already on top of it, providing XRP holders new avenues for passive income generation, therefore enhancing the asset's utility in the crypto market. This is exactly the kind of foundation that makes sense. Expanded utility and adoption. In this envisioned future, XRP, it isn't just used for bank transfers or remittances. Suppose XRP has become widely adopted in various financial services. Okay, maybe used in cross-chain bridges, for example, accepted in mainstream finance for liquidity, used in, let's say, utilized in micropayments. As you're reading a magazine online, you get charged literally per word you're reading, micropayments. And even decentralized applications. By the way, micropayments, you're being paid at your job for each moment you're working. It's being deposited into your bank account to current. And even decentralized applications. This broad adoption could mean more demand for XRP liquidity and more places to deploy XRP for earnings. So for example, XRP is heavily used for transfer value globally at low cost. Okay, so holding and staking XRP might entitle you to a portion of the fees from that activity. Greater utility could also mean a more stable or higher value for XRP, not financial advice, though it will likely remain volatile for a while. It's okay. Which of course affects how much one could earn in dollar terms if you're using this mechanism. Okay, so with these advancements, let's break this down, okay? Let's break this down in specifics and ways you can earn passive income with XRP in this future. Okay, method 1, staking XRP for rewards. What is staking? Recap. Staking is like earning interest by locking up your coins to help run a network in traditional proof-of-stake blockchains. You stake your tokens to validate transactions, and then you get rewarded with new tokens for doing so. Well, XRP's own network doesn't create new XRP for stakers. Need to know that, because XRP was created all at one time. So the introduction of sidechains like Flare or other sidechains and new protocols means basically that XRP holders can stake in those environments now. So how could XRP staking work in the future? Like, what are the examples? Okay, so one is, keep bringing up Flare. So the way we're doing it now is with Flare. So by using Flare Network or similar platforms, you can do this. You might take your XRP, you might wrap or delegate it into Flare. You can stake it to participate in Flare's consensus or DeFi services and earn money that way. I say money, but earn Flare. In return, you receive rewards, which could be paid in XRP or another token. Okay. So Flare's approach is to allow staking that secures multiple ecosystems and and pays out in tokens as a reward. Okay, so another emerging avenue, as mentioned earlier on this platform, is Doppler Finance and the XRP Ledger sidechain, which reportedly enabled direct XRP staking, basically. So in practice, you might use a user-friendly app, choose an amount of XRP to stake, and then periodically you receive rewards deposited to your account. Staking rewards are often quoted as an annual percentage yield or an APY. These can vary perhaps around 5 to 10% annually and are reasonable in numbers. Some platforms might offer higher promotional rates. Just be cautious. But anything too high, say like 50% or higher, it usually comes with extra risks and is not sustainable. So just be careful. For example, if staking APY is 8% staking, 10,000 XRP would yield you 800 XRP in a year as a reward, which isn't too bad at all. If APYs are, say, 5% of the same $10,000 XRP, yields are $500 XRP yearly. Why is this exciting? Because it's so exciting. Why is this exciting? Staking is appealing because it's usually simple. You lock up and earn. It's considered relatively low effort. If you're choosing the proper low-risk staking situation, it's low risk. In fact, proponents like Flare's team suggest that staking can be low risk because validators, the nodes that you stake with, rarely mess up, meaning it's uncommon to lose staked funds established in a network, okay, because of that. So you continue to hold your XRP and you're just selling it, basically. So you accumulate more over time for doing this. And for long-term believers in XRP, staking would let you increase your holdings passively, which is very nice. Not financial advice. That's an opinion. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and the bell notification so you can be alerted each time we put out a new video. We love y'all. Like y'all. There are some risks, though. Okay. So even though you're earning yield, your principal, the XRP you staked, can fluctuate in value. If XRP's price drops a lot, the rewards might not make up for the loss that took place. Okay. The rewards might not make up for the loss in the short term. Okay. So also, while staking itself might be secure, there could be lockup periods during which you can't access your XRP freely. It's definitely something to consider. And there's a possibility of technical issues as well, or even slashing, which is penalties. If something goes wrong in the staking process, okay, though in our XRP scenario, slashing is unlikely, okay, it's designed as low risk. Always research the specific staking program, okay, whether it's run by a decentralized protocol or a company, okay, to understand the terms. In some jurisdictions, when it comes to this, okay, even regulatory action can affect staking services. So you have to be aware. For example, regulators in certain places have restricted centralized exchanges from offering staking rewards, so which has prevented some users from earning interest. Okay, so while staking is our first avenue to passive income, it's not without considerations. Method 2, providing liquidity and yield farming. Another way to put XRP to work is by providing it as liquidity in DeFi platforms, either on the XRP Ledger's native AMM or cross-chain. on DeFi protocols, basically. Since yield farmers often provide liquidity to earn more rewards. How do liquidity pools work? In a liquidity pool, you deposit XRP along with another asset into a pool. So for instance, you could add XRP in a stablecoin, okay, say USD pegged to an XRP USD pool, for example. Traders then swap the assets through the pool. Okay, so, and every time they trade, a small fee, often around like 0.3% or something, per DEX. It's usually 0.3% or so on most decentralized exchanges or DEXs, and then that's collected. Okay, so these fees are split amongst liquidity providers. So if you, for example, contribute 5% of the pool's liquidity, you earn 5% of the fees on XRP's new AMM. It's pretty cool. Not financial advice. Trading fees are a source of passive income for liquidity providers. So effectively earning a yield for market making, basically. So this can be quite lucrative if the pool has a lot of trading volume. What about yield farming, though? Yield farming, many DeFi platforms will reward liquidity providers with extra tokens, okay, so on top of the trading fees, and that incentivizes them basically to use the platform. For example, like new decentralized exchange on XRPL or an XRP compatible network, it might issue its own governance tokens. In summary, with that said, the takeaway is optimistic. As crypto technology advances, something like earning a living or a sizable income from your crypto holdings, it could be a little bit far-fetched, okay? We'll just have to see. XRP with its fast and efficient network, though, and growing ecosystem, it might be the forefront of that movement that we're looking for. By learning about staking, liquidity pools, lending, and yield farming now, in simple terms, you're preparing yourself for the opportunities that lie ahead because these things are likely coming in the future. Here's to a future where our money works for us. Let's see that happen. Stay curious, stay cautious, stay happy, enjoy. We love you. One XRP at a time here on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Thanks for joining us. We love you guys. See you next time. Grab your pen. Use your words. Where's your baba? Grab your. I just felt like I was in kindergarten. Where's your pen? Grab your baba. Grab your binky.